talking loud in the nighttime air. Voices clash, ringing down and care. Opinions flare like they matter so. But who's right, we'll never know. Microphones like weapons drawn. Swagger in the twilight dawn. Each word iron, each thought steel. To be heard is the final deal. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Voice to voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Bow hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord side. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling up and in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Raise your voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. And just to erupt so loud. Unity in discord's tide. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. We say. We say. We say. We say. We say.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim, solo mishing it today. Sorry for all the Tyler fans out there. Hope everyone has had a fantastic day so far. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below. And thank you for clicking on the little button to come sit with the craziness that's going on in the world today. So we got some crazy. We're a little bit all over the place. We're talking from ICE. We're talking from woman who killed her baby in a bathtub to people, anesthesiologists who don't want to help people. And then we're going to end with just a little bit of fun. But before we do, Leo, kick it.
Do anything.
I don't sleep while the beds are burning. How can we dance when our earth is turning?
Hi, me again. Did you miss me? Anyway, okay. So the first thing we're going to get into is we're going to start talking about the ICE situation. And now this other shooting that happened in Minneapolis with Alex Pretty. So firstly, I came across this video of, I used to really like the show Sex and the City. It was a really good show, but I gotta say, Cynthia Nixon and a lot of other actresses and actors out there, you're paid to entertain, not to use your mouth. Okay, so just stop talking, go collect your checks from the things that you act on and stop trying to be influential to the point where you're telling people what to think and do and talk about things you don't know about. I'm just saying in general. It's super annoying. But let's get into Cynthia. Oh, Miranda. Hi. Well, please tell me. They were there. Okay. It's good to know. Is there actually no sound? Like you can't hear? You know, I gotta tell you. Hold on. We're gonna bear with me, guys. Okay. This is a live show. Right? Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. ish Central Time. And you know, sometimes things just happen. Oh, right. Look at that. Okay. Let's see if it'll. I hate these browsers. I really, really do. Okay. Okay. You know, we have such a problem with Brave sometimes, which is so annoying. And then you try to open it up in Chrome so then people can actually see it and it works. But then no sound. They're like, no, you're not allowed to have sound because bad. Okay, fine. I get it's weird. Okay. So we'll try this. Now, I don't know how many of these videos that I have lined up are actually going to freaking work now. But I'm gonna give it a shot. Here we go. Let's try this again.
The Secretary of Homeland Security has been spreading morally reprehensible, disgusting lies about the cold-blooded execution of the young man Alex Preddy, who was gunned down in the
Me, if
streets
you
of Minneapolis.
can hear
today.
this or not now.
I'm going to read a statement from Alex's parents, who have asked that the record be set straight about who their son was and what actually happened.
Because his parents were there, I
Please do
guess.
everything you can to share their statement far and wide. We are heartbroken, but also very angry.
Oh,
Alex
here comes
was
her
a
acting
kind-hearted
skills.
soul who cared deeply
Please show
for
me
his
some
family
tears.
and friends, and also the American veterans who he cared for as an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA hospital. Alex wanted to make a difference in this world. Unfortunately, he will not be with us to see his impact. I do not throw around the term hero lightly. However, his last thought and act was to protect a woman. The sickening lies told about our son by the administration are reprehensible and disgusting. Alex is clearly not holding a gun when attacked by Trump's murdering and cowardly ICE thugs.
But he
He
was
had
armed.
his phone in his right hand, and his empty left hand is raised above his head while trying to protect the woman ICE just pushed down, all while being pepper sprayed. Please get the truth out about our son. He was a good man. Thank you. Hi. So, Christy.
You couldn't even hear me. I said, sorry, my computer's doing all kinds of wonky stuff today. I tell you what. So I just want to say first off, my comments during the video were not directed at this Alex character. It's more so directed at Cynthia Nixon, who, you know, has to always put her 2 cents into things and put on her little acting skills and look all super sad, even though I'm sure she's not. She just wants to complain and be relevant because she's not relevant anymore. But that's my opinion. We will take a little bit of a deeper look into some of the video footage by some guy who's a forensic psychologist. So he kind of takes a look into some things. We'll look a little bit into it. You'll see a little bit of slow-mo and more stuff leading up to and the shooting. But anyway, so that's what dear old Cynthia had to say. Then we have other people. Yeah. Okay. So comment here. I see where Pretty got his entitlement from. Parental failure. I mean, the thing is, okay, so they're saying that he didn't have a gun in his hand. He might not have had a gun in his hand, but he was armed. Whether it is allowed to be armed or not is at this exact point, not the point, or this exact time, not the point. Like I said, we will get it more into it and I'll have more opinions then. However, so right now we're just kind of talking about ICE and the shit going on there. So there was another video I had seen from a lady who lives in Hawaii. But
My grandson came home with this assignment: family migration
did she
project.
say grandson?
How many members are in your family?
She looks good
Name
for a
each
grandma.
member.
Just
Which
saying.
member migrated your family to Hawaii? Send 2 to 3 pictures of your family to your child's school email address. Name the country your family is from. What are some facts you know about your home country? Send 2 to 3 pictures of your family in your home country. Why did you come to Hawaii? Push factors are the reasons why your family left your home country. Pull factors are reasons why your family moved to Hawaii. When did your family migrate to Hawaii? What did your immigrated family members do when they came to Hawaii? What did they do to survive in this new place? Again, send 2 to 3 pictures of your family in their early years of arriving in Hawaii. What does your family do now to survive? Again, send 2 to 3 pictures to your child's school email address. I was born and raised in Hawaii. My parents were born and raised in Hawaii. Is in the 3 years that my grandson has been in this school, we've never had a project like this. They sent this shit out to every student in the school with the assumption that everyone is a fucking immigrant. ICE is in.
Not only is she hot, she's feisty. I like it. I will say, again, as a grandma, damn girl, Hawaii, as you say it, Hawaii, it's doing good for you. Okay. But I mean, to be completely honest, I think involving kids in this kind of thing in what they're doing is not okay. To me, it's not any better than the whole indoctrinating of kids and about the LGBT rainbow and all the other stuff. I think leave kids out of it. Let kids be kids. It's not their concern or what they should be doing. A kid should not feel afraid to be going to school and scared. And I mean, going after the other people and having the, okay, you know what? Hey guys, here's in the app, do the app thing. We give you $2,600. You can go back to your country. We're going to forget the fact that you came here illegally. You can apply to come back to America in a legal way. Let's just call it a wash. Here's your money. Deport yourselves. That should be up to an adult and a parent. I do not think you should be putting that type of pressure and fear on a child. It's not right. Regardless whether the child itself was born in America or not. Leave the kids alone, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Now, so then it looks like here there was a guy who, if I can get this thing to play. Now we're going to get the spinning wheel of death, but that's okay. No, we'll just go with the spinning wheel. It's all good. No, I'm not. Okay. Hold on, Tyler. Hold on. Just let me set this up before I answer your question. Okay. So my husband's on the road right now and can't get home until a little bit later. So that's why I'm solo-mish. He is out saving the world one truckload at a time. And yes, I just went Southern there. You're welcome. Anyway, so he's watching or listening in the truck. And this is what he had to say. So you're in favor of breaking up families. I'm not in favor of breaking up families. Like I'm not even sure where that thought process came. Nowhere did I say I'm okay for them to break up families. What I'm saying is putting that kind of pressure on a child, giving them letters to be bringing in pictures and telling them what your family does, where they're from, all that stuff is not okay. You shouldn't be putting that kind of pressure on a kid. I mean, it may be sending a letter. I don't even know. Sending a letter privately addressed to the parents, sealed envelope, do not open, child. I don't know. But to me, I think that that's a little, how do you say it nicely? Worked up. I don't know. Just leave the kids alone. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why I just muted myself there. Hold on one second. Oh. What are you gonna? Got something else to say? Huh? Punk? Well, you had said that leave the children alone. If they were born there, they should stay. So it would assume that you're in favor of separating the parents from the children. No, I'm not. Okay. Why you no comprende? I'm not in favor of separating the parents and the children. Whether the child is deemed an American citizen or not. What I'm saying, yes, I said leave the children alone, but what I mean is don't be putting the pressure on them to be ratting out their family. That's not right. So then what? The potential family can be angry at the child, have a grudge against this child because, the child said something that they shouldn't have said and now family got deported. I don't think that that's right. I don't know why people are involving the children in that way. If the parents get deported, of course the kids should go with the parents. And the thing is, if the kid is an American citizen at that point, then when they are of age to be able to be on their own and they want to come back to America, well, they are American citizens. So, okay. Wait, what? Remind the parents, put the children in that position. I know, but I don't think it's right. I really don't. I just don't. So you're not here to argue with me. So shut up. I'm just kidding. Can we see me yet? Did I freeze like I did? on my end. If I did, I apologize. Live show. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, parents put their children into that situation when they decided to cross the border illegally. I get it. But then you have a contradiction. They're either U.S. citizens granted all right by the Constitution, or they are legal aliens that should be deported. Well, you're not going to separate children and their parents. That's not right. So the thing is, if their parents came illegally and they now have a child that is now considered an American citizen because they were born in America, then again, I say when they're of age to be on their own and can be living on their own, then they should be able to come back into America, no questions asked. They're American. But you're not going to separate the children. Children cannot make up their minds, just like children cannot tell you if they are a male or female at a young age. They don't know. So putting no, you just don't separate them. Just fortunately, they have the opportunity to come back when they're of age to do so. Or if they already are of age to do so, then they have the opportunity to stay. And then that's on them, whether they decide to stay or go back to their parents' home with them. So this guy here, Cam Higby, go with that. Says, I've infiltrated organizational signal groups all around Minneapolis with the sole intention of tracking down federal agents and impeding, assaulting, and obstructing them. Buckle up, all will be revealed. In each area of the city, Signal has several signals, groups, I guess. Let's start with screen recording all of them of the Southside group. Now, I think so. Sole intention of tracking down federal agents. So I'm pretty sure that this list that they show are people who are actively seeking federal agents, and it's a long ass list. So that's frightening. If these really are people, a list of people who are trying to impede agents and stuff like that on their work, it's horrifying because it just keeps going and going and going, which honestly doesn't really surprise me in the slightest. To go back to the other thing, yes, but you're making a contradiction. Maybe I am. You are actually saying that citizenship can be given or taken away by certain people by actions that they did not take. It becomes a real big problem. What do you mean by that? By the fact that if they're born in America, that they're considered an American citizen, even if their parents were illegal? Is that what you're saying? I don't know how things work in the States. I just remember somebody saying if you're born in America, you're considered an American citizen. I don't know their actual rules. I'm just saying if those are their rules, that if you're born in America, you're an American, well, then, okay, those are their rules. This is what I feel that would be appropriate. If those aren't their rules, then they're not their rules. Then they go back to their parents' home country where they will be considered a citizen there. I don't know. Again, I don't know things. Okay. I feel you're typing something. I really do. You're gonna come at me. Come at me, bro. I'm just kidding. I don't know if this video is gonna load. I hope it will. Oh, it does. It wasn't loading earlier. Yay. Okay. So this is a video of a socialist dad talking about I don't know, just everything going on in Minneapolis. And it's he's got a perspective, that's for sure.
Ate as though they could consume the fear. I keep thinking about that quote. Yesterday, after what happened in Minneapolis, I had to go to work at night. And as I was going around town, I kept being amazed at how many people were just out at restaurants. Every restaurant was packed.
I'm not
Everything
sure if
was
he's
packed,
talking
and there
about
was just
Renee
this
or
vibrant
Alex
energy, and there
right
was
now.
loud noise. There was loud volume in the restaurant. And I made an intentional effort to look at people the same day after what happened, or the day of what happened in Minneapolis, um, with Alex Preddy. And
Oh, there we
none of
go.
these people
Alex.
were remotely bothered by the world and what is clearly an escalating situation. We are in a state
Escalating
of
it.
collective denial, and collective denial is much more powerful than individual observation. No one thing I could see or say to them would change them or shake them from this collective denial, but it was still very shocking to see. I walked around all day yesterday with a heavy weight of what is happening in this world right now.
I don't
and
think it's a collective denial. I think everybody is fully aware of the things that are escalating from people on the left and the type of crazy rhetoric that they are spreading. But whatever, keep talking.
specifically in the United States, it is heavy. But all these people in their restaurants laughing, dining, making eye contact with each other as though nothing is happening. It reminded me of that quote, which was from Paris, as the Germans were advancing and
Oh,
eventually
Jesus.
occupied
Here we
Paris.
go.
There were lots
Nazi
of
stuff.
people like you and me looking around at the restaurants packed, the nightlife packed, and saying, like, what? How can you not see what is happening? But of course, they did see what was happening. They chose to consume their time in the nightclubs, dining. There are stories about people fleeing France as it became occupied, and they were obsessed with which restaurants they would eat at along the way. And here we are in our own state of collective denial. As the Germans were advancing towards Paris, everyone called it the phony war, as though it wasn't going to come to their city
Do
in
you
their
know
time.
what
But
you're
eventually,
talking
of
about?
course,
Like,
it did.
actually?
Simone de Beauvoir had a very famous quote that still sticks with me, and it shakes me right now. The city
Or are
was
you
still
shaking?
enjoying its spring, and yet a few miles away, the world was ending. All of these people in my town, with this horrible news happening all over the country right now, still enjoying their meal, enjoying their time. And I'm not trying to guilt these people. I don't think that these are bad people, although some of these people need to wake up and understand what is happening. Some of them need to have some
I
sense of
think you
morality.
are one of
It is
them.
unquestionable now as I watch them and I look back at what I saw. They ate as though they could consume the fear. I tell you this because you are not alone. There are many people throughout history who saw and see what you see right now, who felt and feel the way you feel right now. You are, in fact, not alone. Collective denial is very powerful, but your individual sense and observation will save you. Don't ever forget that.
It's sad that these people don't actually see that a huge majority of them are the problem. Talking about problems escalating, look at what you people are doing. Talking about sitting there, enjoying their meal, fine dining. Yes, because they're not the psychos that are out there going after ICE agents. You know, the fact of the psychosis that you guys are doing right now and going after people. There was a video that I was watching about how there was a bunch of people outside of a hotel. They were smashing the hotel because there was ICE agents inside. So for one, they're trying to keep them up all night. So, you know, an officer who's sleep deprived, that's going to be awesome. I'm not really sure where you feel like you're doing anything positive. Somebody who's armed and sleep deprived. Come on, you're going to tell me this sounds like a good thought process. This sounds like a good idea. To me, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. Also, the fact that you guys are in the video too, you see them trying to barge in and get to these people that are in this hotel. What if an innocent person comes out and he happens to be dressed in black or dressed in whatever, and somebody thinks that they're an ICE agent because, you know, all their emotions are so high and they're so, you know, emotional that one of these people are going to end up getting hurt because of the heightened emotions that everybody's having. I think that there are innocent people that are going to end up getting hurt, and potentially Alex was one of them. And yet everybody is quick to say it's ICE's fault. ICE did this, ICE did that, da, 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 da. but yet you do not take any sort of accountability for any of the role that you are playing in this by literally hunting down ICE agents, impeding their work, impeding what they're trying to do, and getting actual criminals out of your states, get them away from your wives, your daughters, your children. But instead of seeing things in a different light, you guys are, you always defend the dumbest sides of things. You really do. Yeah, I mean, a man's wearing a dress. Well, let him beat up women. I mean, let him slay. Slay, girl, slay. Use your brain, you guys. Please. Anyway, enough of that dumbass dad. I can imagine what he's treating or teaching his children. So now we're going to get into the video. Oops. It's right here. The video that I was telling you about that is with he's a forensic psychologist who is doing analyzing of the video. Now it's a 13-minute long video, and everything that I do talk about is listed in the description box below. So you can go take a listen, take a read, all that other fun jazz, make up your own mind. I'm just letting you know my opinions and thoughts on things that I am reading that is public knowledge for everybody. But before we do, hold on. We got another comment from my husband. In the United States, if someone submits a fake immigration document or enters the United States illegally, then all things after that, children, etc., are not considered citizens of the United States. Well, okay. If that is the case, then I mean, either way, I was saying they should all stay together and not get separated anyway. But if that is the case, then they would just have to apply like every other immigrant coming into the United States when they are at that age of being able to live on their own and be on their own and whatever. I was just going off of what I have heard. And if that is incorrect, then it's incorrect. Then I stand corrected. I can admit when I'm wrong. And if that is the truth, then I'm wrong. So, yeah. Moving on. So on to this forensic psychologist, which I feel like I made wrong career choices. I feel like this would have been a much better career that I could have gone into if I could have afforded it. Come on, share. Share, I say share. Okay, so I've jumped like 8 minutes here. Like I said, it's a long video, and he does a lot of pausing, going back, but there was just some parts that I wanted to show you. So at this point already, so what had happened previously is you hear this annoying whistle. It's like one of those gym whistles. Okay, somebody is, which I believe is Alex. If I'm wrong, correct me. But blowing this whistle repeatedly over and over again prior to this situation, going at the ICE agents. It's very loud. It's in their ear. And I don't know if anybody's ever heard one of those whistles. Even from a distance, it's like, my dog doesn't even like it. She hears that whistle, she's fucking gone. Like legit. She's in the basement hiding because it just hurts her ears. So with that being said, could you imagine like just taking it into that consideration? If somebody blowing a gym whistle repeatedly in your ear, I'm just curious out there, how long are you going to keep your cool for? I would lose my shit probably pretty quickly, just saying, before I retaliate. And I'm not armed. So, yeah. Plus, who knows if he was one of the gentlemen who was sleep deprived, couldn't sleep because these psychos are keeping them up all night. I don't know. I really don't. However, so whistle blowing, ICE officer goes up to one person. Then you see Alex kind of go in front of them Then this other woman comes in, and we don't know context. We don't know what she was saying. We don't know if she was the one with the whistle. I don't know. But ICE officer turns around, sees her, pushes her really hard. She falls to the ground. Alex then goes over and he goes to help said woman. And then what ends up happening is homeboy, or the ICE officer, pulls out pepper spray, starts spraying pepper spray. He holds up one hand to kind of like shield himself. And then he goes to kind of try and help and shield this woman. Then the officers come over. They're prying him off of the woman. They get him on the ground and he starts resisting arrest. And this is where we are right now. So that was the 8 minutes leading up to. Okay. Now, whether the ICE officer overreacted and pushed this woman for no reason, he was just, heightened energy, I don't know. The context isn't there, so I can't make a judgment. These are just the facts that I can see in the video. So now Alex is on the ground and there's a bunch of officers around him.
Arm on him right there, or if he was trying to help hold him down.
There's the whistle.
Now I want you to pay very close attention to the man in the gray jacket. You see him remove the gun from Alex Preddy's pants. Right there. Let's watch this again a couple of times. He's going for it and then pulls the gun out right there.
Yeah.
The second he pulled the gun out, you heard somebody yell gun. Now, we're going to have to go back so that you can understand why this happened the way it did and what led to a shooting. Now, what's stranger, though, is the behavior of the man who pulled the gun out.
Okay. So he starts
Now, the man in the gray jacket,
shuffling.
he didn't say, I've disarmed him. He didn't do anything to prevent that. You literally see him turn around and run the other direction. I'm going to show you that footage in a second. Before we get to that, though, I want you to watch the officer in the jeans. Now, right now, he's shuffling around a little bit. The ice is probably slippery. He doesn't have much authority right here. This is not somebody who's standing confidently, who seems to have an appraisal of what's going on, who seems calm. This is someone who seems a little bit scattered right here. Now, he's leaning over to bring up the chaos. Now, keep in mind, the officer in the gray jacket right now is in the process of obtaining the gun. He probably got his hand on it right at this moment. That right there is precisely when the gun left Alex Preddy's possession. Now you hear this man yell, gun, gun. I do believe the man in the jeans is the one that yelled gun, gun, gun. I'm not positive of that. I think that he was, because I think that as he saw the gun getting removed by the officer in the gray jacket, he just saw a gun and started yelling gun, 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 and drew his own. Watch this again right here. That was the first time we heard the word gun. I know it's really hard to hear this, but the word gun was just yelled. Now this officer in the jeans has his hand on his own gun and he is getting ready to draw. But I believe he's the one that yelled gun. Now he's aiming his gun directly at Alex Preddy. Now keep in mind, Alex Preddy, this is Alex Preddy's back that's being aimed at right here. Alex Preddy's arms, I believe, are in front of him. And if you watch the man in the gray jacket, he's getting ready to turn around and go the other direction. Now watch the legs of the you saw him shuffling from the left to the right. You see the way he's holding his arms. This is a panic response. This is not the response of a confident officer who believes he's necessarily making the right decision. He's panicking right now from what I can see.
Yeah, there's a lot of commotion going on.
Now this other officer has literally pulled the gun out, and that's as soon as he starts aiming the gun is no longer present. It is no longer visible, and that's when he aims the gun at him. Now pay attention to the officer in the gray jacket right here. I want to show you the immediate response once he gets a hold of the gun. So right there, this is the point where he has the gun. The shooting has now started right here, and he is literally running away and not looking back. Now at this point, when he took the firearm, as as far as I can tell, because we couldn't hear it, he didn't announce to everybody else that he had the firearm, that the man had been disarmed. And then you could argue, well, maybe he thought he had a second firearm. Maybe he thought he had one somewhere else. It would be a really bad idea to turn your back on someone if you believe that they are armed and dangerous
100%.
still. So this I find peculiar. His reaction to this, the fact that he decided to run from this situation without announcing that he had the gun, that the man had been disarmed, that Alex Preddy was no longer armed, I find strange. Let's watch this one last time.
We don't need to keep watching this. We've seen it already. So, what are your thoughts on this? Anybody who is watching right now, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? My thoughts are, I think everything is super heightened. I think you literally have an entire state of people who are after these ICE agents, who are relentlessly impeding them, going after them, threatening them. And I think that all of them are just at heightened emotions right now. They're probably scared because you know what? People do get scared. When you have people threatening their lives and stuff like that, it's a scary thing, or threatening the lives of their family, outing them, doxing them. It's scary. And you have all those people that are around that are like, oh, take your mask off. If you love your job so much, take your mask off. It's literally for the protection of them and their family. And if you can't understand that, I mean, look at all the protesters that are out there who are Antifa, and all the people who are going out there going after ICE right now. They're all face masked because they don't want people to know who they are. Now, whether this person loves his job or not is completely irrelevant. He has a job to do. You're getting in the way. It's literally that simple. And you're going at them, you're attacking them. So I think in this situation that the guy that they're talking about that took the gun, I don't know who it was that actually yelled gun, gun, gun. I don't. It could have been the guy who grabbed the gun. It could have been one of the other people seeing the gun come out and started yelling gun. Regardless of the fact, I think they heard gun and guy with the gun, the ICE guy, reacted. Because at that point, he doesn't know this person's disarmed. They just hear gun. He doesn't know. As far as he knows, this gun is in Alex's hand and he is about to turn around and shoot. It's his job to protect, which is what he did. I think the guy who grabbed the gun, there should have been more communication there. 1,000%. It should have been, I have the gun, or he's disarmed, like something. I'm sure these people are trained in these things. I think this whole situation got blown way out of proportion than it needed to be. I think Alex jumping in, wrong. I think he should have just left the situation alone, because now you are impeding on an ICE officer or a police officer, whatever officer it may be. You're impeding on their job and what they need to do. You're getting in the way. So him jumping in, I think, is wrong. I think then when they get him to the ground, him starting to resist arrest, wrong. There are two mistakes that Alex made there. There were mistakes on the ICE agent side. Like I said, with it appeared earlier in the video, it looked like the guy who was pepper spraying was also striking him in the face when he was on the ground, or continuing to spray the pepper spray. It's hard to really tell. However, I think the officer, you can see him in the video grab his ankle, and as the doctor, forensic psychologist had said, It looked like I'm not sure if he was grabbing his ankle to feel if there was a gun or to help kind of pull him down to restrain him. But you did see him later on then move up from the ankle and start feeling around, which at that point he felt a gun. Found the gun, disarmed him. At that point, should have been yelled, disarmed, something. I don't know what their lingo is, but there should have been communication there instead of just gun, gun, gun. Because honestly, to me, if someone starts yelling gun, I'm going to think whoever it is that has the gun has it in their hand and they are about to shoot. And I would react. So I don't think the guy reacting was bad. In the aspect, I feel like he felt that there was a threat and obviously did not know if the gun is in the guy's hand. He could be ready to shoot one of the officers he was protecting. I think there was just a lot of mistakes that were made. And unfortunately, in large part, Alex put himself in a really stupid situation and made it worse for himself. And it is very unfortunate that he is no longer here. I feel bad for the parents. I feel bad for his friends, family, loved ones, whatever. And regardless whether you're allowed to conceal carry or not is completely irrelevant. I think things were just handled wrong. Everything is heightened. People are jumping in, interfering, resisting arrest. People yell, "You're armed." Like, and especially when you're armed. Like, if you're armed, why are you jumping into something like this? Like, that's when you need to really take that step back, disassociate yourself from the situation, watch from the sidelines, whatever. You shouldn't be getting involved when you're an armed person because you were deemed a threat. It's common knowledge. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a lawyer. I am just some dumb blonde woman. And I can see that. It's common sense. Stop putting yourselves in these situations. An officer is telling you to get the fuck out of a vehicle. Get the fuck out of the vehicle. Don't sit there and try and drive away and hit one of them. What do you think is going to happen? It's very unfortunate that these two people had lost their lives, but this is my point, is people need to stop impeding. Stop putting themselves in situations that are going to get themselves or other people hurt. They're there to do a job. And if you do not agree with said job, then you take it someplace else. You take it to your MPs, your whatever it is that you call it in the United States. Take it to them, complain to them. You want to, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. Even if, okay, Tim Walz, he won't even let them go into the prisons. The prisons, which are literally housing rapists, assayers, enders of life, etc., drug dealers. Keep going here. And they won't even let them go into the prisons. There's protests and stuff outside of prisons, stopping them from going in there to actually actively remove criminals who your tax dollars are paying for to sit in a prison, who are illegal immigrants. And you're standing out there defending these people. Can we give your, is there such thing as shaking adult syndrome? You just want to, sometimes just Homer Simpson these people and you're like, oh, get it through your head. You can't be this stupid. And yet, here we are with a bunch of really stupid people. Cynthia Nixon being one of them. Again, feel bad for the parents. Yes, he did not have a gun in his hand, but he was armed. You put yourself in a stupid situation, you have a gun on you. What do you think is going to happen? Is it right? No? It doesn't change the facts, though. He made a stupid decision, and it's really sad that he's no longer here. It really is. It makes me sad that he decided to put himself in that sort of position and then continue escalating the situation by resisting. He made stupid decisions, and it's unfortunate. Anyway. Okay. So, everybody who is here with me today, I love you. And this is a live show, Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m.-ish Central Time, Saturdays at 1. Feed the plant, please. She's hungry.
Feed me Seymour. Feed me all night long.
Okay. So, the next thing I want to get into is actually, seeing as how we're kind of talking about immigration and stuff like that, I want to get into this video first that I came across at like 4:30 this morning because I don't sleep. And just wanted to share this with you. And then we're going to jump into this really horrible story with a woman and her baby. And what is this? This is not what is happening. Oh, Lord. Hold on. This just opened me up to something really, really weird. That was not what it was supposed to be. Oh my God, are you joking me right now? Did I mention this is a live show? I'm so sorry. Bear with me for 1 second, okay? Just bear with me. I'm pretty sure I bookmarked it. Please tell me I bookmarked it. Apparently the link that I have did not work. Is this it? Is this the white people one? The white people one? Yeah. This one kind of made me giggle a little bit. Whether you find it funny or not, I don't know. But this is also called We're Offended, You're Offended. So if you find it offensive, you're welcome. Sure. I'm going to say this guy's not totally wrong.
Hey people, where have your balls gone? For the love of God, can we end the multiculturalism already? I don't like this. I don't feel safe. It makes me mad. White people and Asians have concocted the greatest technology, the greatest societies, the greatest economies, the greatest infrastructure, and all of human history. You are now between 8 and 10% of the world's population, and you are importing infinity brown people into our country. And Europe included. Y'all bought into the globalist agenda and you let women vote. The two biggest mistakes ever made. The greatest errors in modern society. White people used to be feared. There's no rough edge anymore. You know what? Can we just full-blown bring back racism? Do you know how many people get in my comments and tell me and DM me and say, oh my gosh, thank you. You say everything that I wish I could say, but I can't because I'm white. Why not? Why?
Racism.
Literally just say it. Just say what you got to say. Start spamming the N-word. Start calling Indians Jeeps. I'm like 8 different ethnicities, bro. So my only identity is in being an American. You know what makes me so mad is when I see piece of garbage, ungrateful brown people getting on the internet and talking bold and talking crazy about my society that was established, built, and maintained by white people and by white immigrants and Asian immigrants, and they want to talk down on our society, on Western civilization, as if where they come from is so beautiful and prosperous and they have it all figured out. They've been murdering each other mercilessly and senselessly, having blood feuds for thousands of years. They can't develop anything. Women are treated like animals. They have no rights. They're just retarded, animalistic barbarians, and then think that they have the audacity to come tell white people where everybody wants to go where white people live. Everybody wants to go where white people maintain society and civilization and infrastructure. Everybody does. They come to your home, white people, and then tell you, Oh, you need to make things how we have it. You need to change your rules for us. No! I'm starting to genuinely feel unsafe in
Really has a
society.
lot
You
to
know who I
say.
don't feel unsafe around? Kyle, Blake, Kevin, Christina, Chloe, Rebecca, Thomas.
Oh.
You know who I do feel unsafe around? Niggas, Somalians, categorically, Venezuelan gangs that take over apartment buildings, large groups of
Fair.
Hispanic men not speaking a lick of English. White people, please, for the sake of Western civilization, grab your sacks. Grab your nuts and remember who the freak y'all are. Stop with the empathy, man. Enough. You know what energy we need? We need Deuce Volt energy. I'm sick of it. White people, please. I don't want to see no more Baljeets or Muhammads anywhere. Hey, white people, where have your balls gone? For the love of God.
I love it because literally he's not wrong. If one of us were to say something like that, it's right away boom racism. But homeboys, he says like 8 different ethnicities, and definitely I don't know, Caucasian might be in there somewhere. But he's not. He's got some melanin in his skin. He does. Anyway, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. It's kind of refreshing to hear those type of words as opposed to all the other hateful words that we normally are so used to hearing all the time. So to get into this next article, I'm really sorry. But so this was from the National Post. Hold on one sec. I'm going to pull it up. Where are you? Oh, teehee. Don't worry, I'll figure this out. Am I really like glitchy for you guys? I'm looking glitchy on my end. I don't know if it's just me or if it's all across the boards here. Please let me know. If I'm good, say good. Okay. So with this article here, so again, National Post, toddler's bathtub drowning partly the fault of racism, says Ontario judge. Welcome to Canada. Oh, Canada, how far they have fallen. When a Jamaican Canadian woman was tried for manslaughter, specifically for leaving her 15-month-old son alone in a bathtub, causing him to drown, her judge had to ponder the question. Now, standard in our country's courtrooms, did systemic racism play a role in the crime? This is what the judge is thinking at this exact moment. I mean, I have a lot more other thoughts that I'd be thinking being up with a case like this, and that definitely is not one of them. However, let's continue. Justice Jane Kelly, an Ontario Superior Judge, answered yes in her January 8th decision. This is in 2026, people. Okay. She included that the mitigating, I can't English, factor that lightened to some extent Mother Taja Henry's prison sentence to 3 years. That's it. For killing a 15-month-old baby. Just 3 years. Yeah, I think that seems fair, right? Come on, mouse, work for me. On a high level, this sent a message that wasn't just Henry who is at fault for the drowning of her toddler. It was all Canadians and their collective racist existence. But society didn't drown Henry's child. Society didn't tell Henry to fill the bathtub to an overflow drain, place her son in the water 10 inches deep, exit the room, leaving the door partly cracked open, put headphones on, and clean the apartment and check on the tub 5 to 10 minutes later. The society is to blame for this? Q. It should be for allowing Henry to care for her child in the first place. He had been apprehended at birth and returned 2 months later, which Henry felt was unfair and framed as an unfit parent, even though she went on to end his life later, not that far later, unfortunately. But behind this tragedy was another, that of Henry's own life, which she recounted in racial background reporting provided by the court. These reports really took off in 2021 with the advent of the racial discount regimen of non-Indigenous minorities. In some provinces now, a federal government funds these reports for anti-racism reasons. What do we got here? Hold on. If you're so dumb that you don't even know what or that the water can drown you, but you somehow figure out how to get pregnant, you shouldn't be here. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. So this article continues on, and then they start to, okay, so about the anti-racism thing. But then let's take a dive into Henry's past, shall we? Because, of course, this is all the important parts. From the age of 7, Henry lived in care with her stepfather, an addicted mother who was charged and later convicted of child abuse. It goes on to explain some of the child abuse. She had 15 siblings. Holy shite. Henry lasted 2 weeks in her first foster home because she was obviously taken away from her parents. It was with a Black couple. The placement afterwards was so short due to her swearing, breaking things, and tantrums. Cute. 8 months to a year she spent in a group home. She alleged that the owners mistreated her by lying, manipulating, and shoving her into a closet and threatening to call the police. I'm going to assume if she's they're threatening to call the police, they probably have a reason for that. Anyway. At 16, she was moved into her own house. In school, Henry skipped classes, didn't do homework, didn't have many friends. She got pregnant at 17. She was essayed by 2 men, and she is on disability, housing, and income support. She has also held various jobs in her past. Her diagnoses include ADHD, oppositional defiant disorder, sorry, that was hard to English, and learning disabilities. As for racism, Henry didn't actually experience much of that. She had been called the N-word several times, but most negative interactions she'd expressed, she couldn't discern whether it was racism or personal dislike was the cause. I'm going to guess by the type of person she's sounding like, it was probably personal dislike. Had nothing to do with the color of your skin and racism. But what do I know? The race report writer, also noted that Henry had been referred as the whitest Black person and had felt that some people were not inclusive or sensitive to her cultural needs. They blamed Henry's rose on systematic racism and unqualifiable, immeasurable blight inflicted by Canadian society and its European roots. That seems to be what Justice Kelly did, as she couldn't explain how racism actually led the mother to drown her little boy. So, yes, if you don't have a reason, racism. Sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Did I mention English is not my friend? Okay. The judiciary is indeed perpetrating racism in a systemic manner, just not in the way progressives think. By excusing bad conduct for racial reasons, a court sends a message to society that minorities do not have free will to the same extent as everyone else, which sounds pretty racist to me. White people being ineligible for those discounts receive harsher punishments for just about everyone outside the courts. Facts. It is fixable, as the girl goes on to write. We just have to amend the criminal code to prohibit discounts based on race and systemic discrimination, and it goes away. See, I like the way this article ended by this girl here. Where were you? Jamie Sarkonak. Again, links in the description. She goes on to talk about all these things, talk about how ridiculous it is that they are bringing up all these things from Henry's past to try to excuse her for the fact that she killed her own child, blaming it on systemic racism, giving her only 3 years, which no white person would ever get. And I know if there are people who are not white watching and are very on that side, you know what I'm saying? They're probably like, good. White people need to suffer. Cute. Anyway. But the thing is, allowing these things is just, it's wrong. Like me seeing something like that as a very white person, I'm like, really? This is the bullshit that you're going to use to give this woman only 3 years in prison for literally taking the life of her child, for being that idiotic to leave a 15-month-old baby in a bathtub and go off and start doing your other things. I mean, they did say she had, what was it? Oppositional defiance disorder, whatever the fork it was. Where are we here? Where are we? This thing is so stupid. Oh my God. Oppositional defiant disorder. Yeah. So was she maybe being defiant? Was her baby maybe crying? And she was like, bitch, no. You do what I tell you to do. You don't tell me what to do. Now fuck you. And then walked away. Like, I don't understand. These aren't ADHD, depression, oppositional defiant disorder, and learning disabilities is not something that would enable you not to be able to take care of a child. And the girl in the article had said it right there. The only thing that they did that was wrong, that they shouldn't have done, was give her a child back to begin with. They took the child away in the beginning, and it should have just stayed that way. She's complaining that, oh, it was so rude. They were called me an unfit parent. Clearly you are. Where's your baby now? Like, that poor little boy could still be alive. This makes me actually really angry on so many levels. Then, why did I? Oh, no, there we go. Thought I removed it. So we have this other special character here. This guy. This guy, remember his face. This man. So he had posted, I will not perform anesthesia for any surgeries or procedures for Mega. It is my right. It is my ethical oath, and I stand behind my decision. I own all of my businesses and can refuse anybody. Dude, you're fucked. Like, you really are. Because someone doesn't agree with what you agree with, then you're going to just, no, I want you to suffer. Because you don't have the same point of view as I do. I'm going to watch you suffer. But then people who are actually criminals and committing crimes, you know, let's free them. Let's give them everything they need. Give them your house, dude. Give them your house. Let them come stay with you. There's so many people that you see these things and you're just like, you know, if things were different, if somehow you were directly involved or in it in some sort of way, you would be on the other side of that fence. You really would be. Just, I don't know. These people just want to argue and, you know, fight because I want to fight something. My life is boring and I got nothing to fight. So this is what I'm going to do. So along with this doctor, I'm wondering if this nurse here that we're about to watch is actually maybe like on his staff. And if not, I feel like they were meant to be. Just saying. Maybe it's his wife. Anyway, let's see what this psycho has to say. Oh God, you guys.
I thought of something good. I think it's something weird spot. Sabotage tactic, or at least scare tactic. All the medical providers, grab some syringes with needles on the end.
I'm
Have them
sorry,
full
what?
of saline or succinylcholine, you know, whatever. That will probably be a deterrent.
Do you see the look on her face? Like
Okay,
psychotic.
For resistance tip, I vote.
Oh God.
Anybody got any poison ivy, poison oak in their yard? Get some of that up with gloves, obviously. Get it in some water, like a gallon of water. Get the poison ivy oak water, and I'm gonna put it into a water gun. Aim for faces, hands. Are the single ladies where these ice guys?
Guys, oops. Like, this is psychotic. She is literally encouraging people to commit crimes and assault. Like that's a crime. Literally, like, oh, you should get a syringe and what? Stab someone with it? Whether it's got saline in it or not is completely irrelevant. You're going to stab them with a needle? Assault. Oh, you're going to shoot an ICE agent with a water gun. Keyword there, gun. You're going to paint it black too, you dumbass. You'll be the next one who will get shot. Just saying. Shoot them with poison. What is wrong with you? I mean,
are the single ladies where these ice guys are going have a chance to do something, you know, not without risk, but could help the cause for sure. Get on Tinder, get on Hinge, find these guys. They're around. They're an ICE agent. Bring some X-Lax and put it in their drinks. Get them sick. You know, nobody's gonna die. Just enough to incapacitate them, get them off the street for the next day. Highly easily deniable. You know, you could get sick too. Won't eat there again. I'm just saying, let's get them where they eat. Somebody's not going to be supporting these guys. Where's the hotel where they eat? Who makes that breakfast? Let's find them. You know, let's make their lives fucking miserable. I know we're already trying to keep them awake all night. That's good. Anything you can do to make the living conditions bad. Talk to the people who work at the places where
yeah, that's good.
where they are.
Keep them awake all night.
Some ideas.
Poison their food.
Dead fish. Somewhere in the room hidden. Just stay toxic.
Do you guys hear this? Please tell me that y'all find this equally as psychotic. She's literally talking to people, telling them how to scare a person, poison a person, assault a person. And I like that. We're not going to hurt anybody, just incapacitate them. You know, people die of food poisoning, right? Like, that's an actual thing, is you can die from food poisoning. It's not just so, oh, whoopsie, you have an upset tummy and you have to go boom, boom all night. No, people can die from it. Also, depending on what you're literally encouraging people to do these things. How do you know if someone doesn't have an allergy? And they're going to put something in their food that's going to potentially cause an allergic reaction, cause him to go on anaphylactic shock. Like, and what blows my mind even more is you're doing this to protect criminals. I'm fully aware that not all of these people are criminals. And I will say that 70% of them are going on the, I can't remember what the app is called, but they're going on the app and voluntarily deporting themselves in the right way. They're registering themselves. They are going, they're handing themselves in. They are collecting their $2,600 and their plane ticket, and they are on their way. 70% of people are. But what are you doing with the other 30%? What do you do when someone says no? Are you just supposed to be like, okay. So if someone's coming at you and they want to essay you and you say no, and then they say, nah, fuck you. I say no. I'm going to do it if I want. What are you going to do? Are you just going to be like, okay. Unfortunately, sometimes force needs to be used. No, people shouldn't die, but then don't resist. Don't impede. Don't run. Don't whatever. Like, just stop. You are literally causing innocent people. I blame all these psychotic people on the left who are encouraging these type of things, completely responsible for people like Alex or Renee to no longer be here anymore. Think of what you're doing, you guys. You're literally allowing innocent people to get killed. You're cheering for federal agents to be killed. You're inciting violence. It is really messed up. If that's the side you want to be on, then go with them. Then you should not be in America. Clearly, you don't care about your friends, your family, the legal immigrants who have come into the country, who are doing everything legally. Clearly, you don't care about any of them. You're more concerned about criminals, which is so messed up. And this woman and that anesthesiologist, like they're literally doctors. They're people that are supposed to swear an oath to help people. Doesn't matter their beliefs, their religion, their skin color, anything. There's no discrimination. They are there to protect them. And you have these two psychotic people who are literally inciting, the one girl inciting and encouraging violence, literally giving ideas a how-to. And then you have a doctor that's like, no, I just want to watch him suffer. No anesthesia or anesthetic for you. It's so messed up on so many levels. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this matter. So please leave it in the comments. Or let me know right now. CIA, we will. Stay home. What does it say? Stay home. Quit being brainwashed. Well, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the brainwashing stems from when you're at home watching TV. So if you're going to stay at home, maybe stop watching the stupid TV. CIA. Like, what do you mean by that? Like CIA bad? They're brainwashing? What do you mean? I need more context. That too. Okay. Them just bad. Okay, so what do we have next? So I think with all the heavy that we have talked about today, from the ICE agents to psycho doctors to the Jamaican mother murdering her child and the doctor screaming racism, Canada. And you wonder why you're the butt of jokes. Like, we used to be a country to be proud of. Everyone wanted to come to Canada. Everyone loved Canada. Now they're like, ugh, Canada. Hold on, let's see. What'd you say, squirrel? Left-wing CIA is directing the left-wing unrest. Yeah, I could see that. 100%. Am I choppy to you guys? Like, legit. I'm so choppy on my end. I hope I'm not coming through like this. Oh, it might help if I actually brought the video up if I wanted to share it, right? So these are just some videos that I had seen that I thought were, as I said, funny. just to try to lighten the mood before we go and venture off into this crazy world together. All right.
Parent. This is the advice that I would give.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You are a parent.
Oh, well, I guess I am. But anyway, the advice that I would give y'all, fuck them kids.
Fuck us.
Well, cool.
For what?
Yeah, fuck y'all.
What, you don't love us no more?
Yes, I love y'all, but fuck y'all. Let me explain what I mean by that, right? So sometimes as parents, we have a tendency to put everybody's happiness above our own. Everybody's happiness. I'm talking about all our kids, and I got a lot of kids, right? Y'all put your kids above your health. You put kids above your romantic life. You put your kids above everything, right? And then you get older, and them kids leave the house, and you over there looking crazy. You're fat, you're out of shape, you're sick, you're about to die, and your kids is having the time of their life.
Bastards.
So like I said, fuck them kids. Sometimes you got to put you first, right? So you worked a hard week, go to the club, hang out. The kids will be all right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your kids be wanting McDonald's and all that other shit, right? You got food in the house. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. Y'all get what I'm saying now? Like,
no, not at all.
Saying fuck them kids.
I don't get it at all.
See?
Love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so here it says through Cam Pygmy's infiltration of the Signal Group, there are Democrat members of the Congress are encouraging people to join this to resist. So yeah, Squirrel is 100% on. That is scary. Unfortunately, not really surprising. I wish I could say that I was surprised by this. But I don't know. Literally ever since COVID, nothing surprises me anymore. Which is unfortunate. But that's scary. Like they know what they're doing. And they're literally playing you people like puppets. The ones on the left. And you're falling for it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Okay. So, hold on. I got another funny for y'all. If it'll load anytime this decade. That'd be great. That'd be great. But while we're waiting for this to load, I have a message for you.
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
Just kidding. I'm totally fat. No doubt, unfortunately. Okay. So this video, it's funny because when I seen it, wrong button. Y'all don't know Tyler like I do, but I can totally see this being him and his best friend, like 100%. And it just makes me laugh. By the way, before we start though, those shorts though, that ass though, wow. You go, girl.
Text a message, I don't know the number. Flexing on is every bone and muscle. Steady taking shots and never hurting them. Even then, y'all don't worry nothing. And I like to give a
get
shout
a
out
gym
to
bro
my nigga. Get it?
like this. And here we
Text
go.
a message,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know the number. Flexing on is every bone and muscle. Steady taking shots and never hurting them. Even then, y'all don't worry nothing. And I like to give a shout out to my nigga.
This is so hot. I absolutely love it. Literally, like, that is the epitome of Tyler and his best friend. 100%. Fantastic. See, we have some serious. We're gonna end with some funny. Okay, then we got then I got 2 songs for you. One is a play on an Eminem song, another one is a play on an Aladdin song. So we'll do the Aladdin one first. So it's If Aladdin Was Canadian. Which, to anybody who doesn't know, I am. We are. Oh, why? Hold on. Oh, we're having that again, aren't we? You know, it's funny. That's not pet peeve with Instagram. So you save a link and then you not save a link, but you share a link. Then you go to said link, not the link. I don't know what it is. Luckily, though, I decided to save these. So, high five, Cam. But anyway, okay. So we'll start with the Aladdin one. If Aladdin Was Canadian. Eventually.
One jump over a crackhead, 2 puffs, that's no joke. We blow tax money on injection sites. At least they're safe though. What about the citizens? Who cares about the citizens? They won't do anything. Riding public transit. Let's hear it. Doesn't feel safe. Don't you panic. Transit officers walking around and you'll be sure to get a ticket when you're dead on the ground. Every week a protest. Rent so high, soon you'll be homeless. Crime is up, call the cops if you see it. But don't forget, criminals got rights and freedoms. We ain't allowed guns and we're not allowed to beat them. If they get arrested, they'll be the weekend. Car theft, home invasions. People are stressed and waiting to get robbed at home in the middle of the night. Just give them what they want. This city feels like a cartoon episode. What the hell is going on? Always had a good reputation. Is this what it means to be a Canadian?
Apparently. Yep. The whole thing not wrong. It's funny as it is. Yeah, he's like bang on there. Okay. And then the next one, this is just a ode to my fellow people who are getting older. Made me giggle. Just gotta wait for it to load. Yeah. Frozen. Ooh. Had the hamster wheel there. I don't know if you've seen it, but I was hamster wheeling on my hand. My apologies. If you hear me a second ago, this is my shout out to everybody who's starting to actually done pretty well.
Pull my back. Wrong way to be black. I have 3 different. I try to score on my not a strong enough pill. Now he's like, well, you just have a really crappy back now. Yeah, it seems like my back will seize like every time that I cough or sneeze, and I'm gonna need physical therapy. Because I feel so empty. For delivery seems like just an inevitability, cause I feel so wimpy at 15. Yeah. Pull my back.
So anybody who's an Eminem fan out there and getting older and identify with bending over and hurting your back, you're welcome. Or if it's just affecting me, I'm totally frozen. Okay. So I don't know if you got my last song or not, unfortunately. If you didn't, go in the description box. There's a song there that says Pulled My Back. Watch it. It's funny. Anyway, to come sit with me and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. I love and appreciate all of you. You can check us out in all the places listed in there. So you can look at the stuff, form your own opinions. This is just my take on the things that are going on in the world and my opinions. Otherwise, I will be back again on Wednesday, hump day. Chicka wow wow. Be kind to one another. Use common sense because it's your friend. Otherwise, I'm out and I'll catch you on Wednesday. Bye.